Listen to me carefully. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not with your circumstances, not with your past, not with other people, it's with you. It's with that voice inside your head that always has an excuse ready. That voice that says, just 5 more minutes. That voice that says, you've had a long day, you deserve a break. That voice that says, start tomorrow. And every time you listen to it, you cast a vote for the weaker version of yourself. You keep thinking discipline is about doing big heroic things. It's not. Discipline is won or lost in private, in the smallest moments, when nobody is watching and nobody is clapping. When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., there is no audience, there is no trophy. There is just a decision. Do I obey my purpose, or do I obey my comfort? And most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they keep negotiating with comfort, like it's their business partner instead of their enemy. You cannot negotiate with weakness. Weakness will always offer a deal that sounds reasonable. Skip today, go twice as hard tomorrow. Eat this now, start clean next week. You're stressed. You deserve this. Weakness is persuasive because it speaks your language, the language of relief. But relief is not progress. Relief feels good in the moment and expensive in the long run. Discipline feels expensive now and priceless later. Some of you are waiting to feel ready. Let me tell you something, ready is a myth. Nobody wakes up overflowing with desire to do hard things every single day. The difference is that disciplined people don't wait for a feeling. They move before the feeling arrives. Action creates emotion, not the other way around. When you force yourself to move, your mind eventually follows your body. But if you sit there waiting for motivation, you will sit there for the rest of your life. You say you want a different life, but your daily negotiations keep you in the same one. Every compromise with weakness is a brick added to the prison you're living in. You don't break out with one dramatic decision. You break out by refusing the tiny surrenders. By saying no when nobody would blame you for saying yes. By standing up when laying down would be easier. By doing the work even when the results are invisible. And don't miss this, weakness never shows up looking like weakness. It shows up looking like self-care, like patience, like logic, like being realistic. It will tell you not to push too hard, not to risk too much, not to sacrifice too deeply. But greatness has never been built on what feels reasonable. It has always been built by people who decided their future mattered more than their comfort. At some point, you have to draw a line and say, no more conversations. And not tomorrow, not next Monday. Right now, you don't ask your feelings for permission. You give your body instructions. Get up, move, work, execute. Because once you start obeying your goals instead of your moods, everything changes. Your confidence changes, your standards change, your identity changes. You stop hoping to be strong, and you start proving it daily. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Discipline is not about being perfect. You will slip. You will struggle. You will have days where everything in you wants to quit. The key is not to never fall. It's to never negotiate staying down. Weakness wants one day to become two to become a week to become a lifestyle. Discipline says, not today. We get back up now. Because the life you want is on the other side of 1,000 moments where you chose purpose over comfort, action over excuses, strength over ease. Stop negotiating with the part of you that is trying to keep you small, and start obeying the part of you that knows you were built for more. Let me tell you why most people never reach the level they dream about. It's not because they don't know what to do. It's because they only do it when they feel like it, and feelings are unreliable. Feelings change with the weather, with your mood, with how much sleep you got, with what somebody said to you yesterday. If your work ethic is tied to your emotions, your success will always be unstable. You say you want greatness, But greatness requires consistency, and consistency does not care how you feel. The days you feel excited, easy. The days you feel confident, no problem. The real test is the mornings when your body is heavy, your mind is foggy, and nothing inside you wants to move. That's the moment that separates the average from the unstoppable, because champions don't ask, "Do I feel like it?" Champions ask, "What must be done?" and then they do it. Some of you are waiting for inspiration like it's a bus that's supposed to pick you up, but inspiration is not transportation, it's a bonus. If it shows up, great. If it doesn't, you still walk, you still run, you still execute, because your goals don't care about your mood. Your bills don't pause because you're tired. Your future doesn't wait because you're unmotivated today. Understand this, the days you feel nothing are the days that build everything. When there's no applause, no recognition, no immediate reward, that's when discipline is doing its deepest work. Anybody can grind when the results are visible. Anybody can push when people are cheering, but can you push when nobody knows your name? Can you push when it feels like you're moving and going nowhere at the same time? That's where transformation lives. Your mind will try to protect you from discomfort. It will suggest shortcuts. It will whisper, "Take it easy today." But every time you obey that voice, you train your brain to quit under pressure. And every time you move anyway, you train it to endure. You are not just building results, you are building a nervous system that can handle difficulty without collapsing. Think about it. The person who only works when energized will always be out, performed by the person who works when exhausted. The one who only moves when confident will always be surpassed by the one who moves while afraid. Because the second person has access to more days, more hours, more opportunities. They don't shut down when conditions aren't perfect, they adapt and continue. And listen, this doesn't mean you never rest. It means rest is intentional, not accidental. Rest is part of the plan, not an escape from it. There's a difference between recovery and avoidance. Recovery prepares you to go again. Avoidance keeps you stuck where you are. Be honest about which one you're choosing. You don't need to love the process every day. You just need to respect it enough to show up. Show up tired. Show up irritated. Show up uncertain. Show up anyway, because showing up keeps the door open. Showing up keeps the momentum alive. Showing up tells your mind, we don't quit just because it's uncomfortable. Over time, something powerful happens. The work that once felt unbearable becomes normal. The discipline that once felt forced becomes identity. You stop being someone who is trying to be consistent, and you become someone who simply is. And when that shift happens, excuses lose their power, distractions lose their appeal, and your standards rise so high that your old life no longer fits you. So stop waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect energy, the perfect moment. Those are luxuries reserved for people who are comfortable staying average. If you want extraordinary, you must learn to operate when everything inside you is ordinary, tired, bored, or resistant. Do what must be done, especially when you don't feel like it, because that is the exact moment when it matters most. Let's be honest, nobody really talks about this part. Everybody loves the idea of success, the image of winning, the moment of arrival. But very few people sign up for the pain required to become that person, because transformation is not comfortable. It is not smooth, it is not glamorous, it hurts, and the reason it hurts is because you are literally breaking old versions of yourself and building new ones at the same time. You want discipline. Discipline will demand things from you that comfort never will. It will ask you to wake up before you feel ready. It will ask you to keep going when your body is screaming to stop. It will ask you to say no to things that everyone else says yes to. And in those moments, it feels unfair. It feels lonely. It feels like you're missing out. But what you're really doing is trading temporary pleasure for permanent progress. Pain is not a sign that something is wrong. Pain is a sign that something is changing. When you train your body, it burns. When you stretch your limits, it strains. When you discipline your habits, it resists. That resistance is not your enemy, it is the doorway. On the other side of that discomfort is a stronger mind, a sharper focus, a tougher spirit. But you have to go through it to get to it. Most people spend their lives running from pain. They avoid hard conversations, hard work, hard truths. They choose the easy path over and over, not realizing that the easy path has a hidden cost. The cost is regret. The cost is unrealized potential. The cost is looking back years from now and wondering who you could have become if you had just endured a little more discomfort. Here's the truth: you will suffer either way. You will suffer the pain of discipline, or you will suffer the pain of staying the same. One is the pain of growth, the other is the pain of decay. One builds your future, the other steals it. And the dangerous part is that the pain of staying the same doesn't always hurt immediately. It creeps in slowly, through missed opportunities, declining confidence, and quiet disappointment in yourself. Disciplined pain, on the other hand, is loud but honest. It tells you exactly what it's doing. It says, this is hard because you are becoming stronger. It says, this sacrifice matters. It says, keep going. And every time you push through it, you collect proof that you can handle more than you thought possible. That proof becomes confidence, not fake confidence based on hype, but real confidence built on experience. And don't think pain means you're alone. Every person who has ever done something meaningful has walked through it. The difference is they stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And started asking, what is this preparing me for? Because pain is not just punishment, it is preparation. It is training your mind to stay steady when life gets chaotic. It is teaching you endurance so that success won't crush you when it arrives. Some of you want the reward without the refinement. You want the results without the resistance. But you cannot skip the process. Diamonds don't become diamonds without pressure. Steel doesn't become strong without fire. And you don't become disciplined without sacrifice. The struggle you're facing is not blocking your path. It is building it. So when it gets hard, and it will, don't retreat. Lean in. When it burns, hold steady. When it feels like too much, remind yourself that too much is often the threshold of growth. Your comfort zone will beg you to come back, to settle down, to stop pushing. But greatness lies outside that zone, and it only opens the door to those willing to endure the entry fee. Because the pain you're feeling right now is not here to destroy you. It's here to introduce you to the person you're capable of becoming. Choose the pain that builds you, not the comfort that breaks you. Now listen closely, because this is where everything either comes together or falls apart. You don't build a disciplined life in one big moment of courage. You build it in the quiet, repetitive actions that nobody celebrates. It's not the dramatic decision that changes you, it's the daily decision. It's what you do when today looks exactly like yesterday and tomorrow promises nothing different. That's where real discipline is forged. People want breakthroughs, but they ignore routines. They want massive change, but they resist small, boring actions. Yet your life is not shaped by what you do occasionally. It's shaped by what you do consistently. One push-up won't change your body, 1 hour won't build mastery, 1 good day won't transform your future. But stack those days, stack those efforts, stack those choices. Now you're building something unstoppable. Discipline becomes powerful when it stops being an event and starts becoming a system. You wake up at the same time whether you slept well or not. You move your body whether you feel strong or sluggish. You work on your craft whether inspiration is high or non-existent. You feed your mind with things that sharpen you, not things that numb you. Over time, these actions stop feeling like tasks and start feeling like who you are. And here's the secret most people miss. Habits remove the need for constant willpower. When something is automatic, you don't debate it. You don't waste energy deciding, you just do it. That's freedom, not freedom from effort, freedom from indecision, because indecision is exhausting. Negotiating with yourself every day drains you more than the work itself ever could. At first, discipline feels forced. It feels unnatural, uncomfortable, even unfair. You look around and see other people relaxing, drifting, taking shortcuts, and part of you wonders why you're pushing so hard. But what you don't see is that while they are drifting, you are building. While they are consuming, you are creating. While they are hoping, you are preparing. Small disciplines compound just like small neglect does. Skip one day, no big deal. Skip a week, momentum fades. Skip a month, you start over. But follow through daily, even imperfectly, and something incredible happens. Progress becomes visible, confidence grows, and quitting becomes harder than continuing. You don't want to break the streak. You don't want to betray the version of you that showed up yesterday. And understand this: discipline is not about intensity. It's about reliability. Going all out for 1 week and disappearing for 3 months doesn't build anything. Showing up at a steady, sustainable level day after day creates results that look like magic to people who only see the finish line. They'll say you're lucky, they'll say you're gifted, they won't see the thousands of quiet reps that built the outcome. Eventually, discipline stops being something you do and becomes something you are. You don't wake up thinking, should I be disciplined today? That question disappears. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't debate it. You don't need motivation. You just handle it. That's when failure starts running out of space in your life, because your systems don't allow chaos to take over for long. And even when life knocks you off balance, because it will, your habits pull you back. Not perfectly, not instantly, but inevitably. You might stumble, but you don't spiral. You might slow down, but you don't stop. Your foundation is too strong to collapse from one bad day. So stop waiting for a life-changing moment and start building life-changing days. Make your mornings intentional. Make your actions deliberate. Make your standards non-negotiable. Protect your routines like they are oxygen, because in many ways they are. They are what keep your dreams alive when motivation disappears. You don't rise to the level of what you want, you fall to the level of what you repeat. And if what you repeat is discipline, effort, focus, and execution, then success stops being a distant possibility and starts becoming an inevitable destination. Build the habits so strong that the life you want becomes the only life you can live.